Yo, welcome to part 2 of the beta demo day. If you haven't caught up on the first part where I ride the 500, the 350, the 125, as well as the 300, go get caught up on that. If you don't really care, then stay here, I guess. Let's get back to part 2. Next up, we've got the 480 RR Race Edition.
Thank you.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the same motor as the 500 RRS.
Again, the bars.
The bars ain't a big deal, those are always replaceable. I come around the corner to find this. Not too sure what's going on there, but... This bike does handle and feel pretty similar to the 500 RRS. But it does feel like it has a little more peppiness. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the 500 is more street oriented, where the suspension is a little bit stiffer on this 480, which I personally liked a little bit better. This bike has the basic dash, the 500 has that Trail Tech Voyager dash. The 500 comes factory street legal, whereas this one don't. This bike does have the lugging tractor power to it, but it also feels really planted, and I never felt like I struggled too bad. Overall, the 480 handled and performed really well. If you want that low-end power and plan to mostly ride off-road, this would be your bike. We're now gonna hop on to the 250 RR.
See what this thing's about.
Dropping it into a little side hill action. Not too bad so far.
Where's this guy going?
I was actually so confused on what he was doing.
This thing is so quiet. I'm not getting on it hard enough, obviously. Fuck!
One problem I started to notice here is it's similar to the 125 in the sense that it's hard to get that power to the ground.
My hand hurts so bad. Whew, I gotta take a breather for a minute. Yo, this electric start though, on a two-stroke. These things are oil injected, so I really like the 300 two-stroke over this 250 so far. Anyway, I wish this one had handguards on it. Some of them do, or most of them do. This one does not. God damn, that 250 just fucking wants to go.
I don't know if it was just the back end, but it's also hard to get the front end to do what you wanted it to do. I remember getting scared of hitting my hand on that tree.
Ooh, that one really hurt my hand.
And then that happened. That little root just jumped out and hurt my hand for some reason.
I wish I could be riding to my full potential, but oh, my hand hurts. Gotta chill for a minute. I do like the grab handles right here.
Red switch is actually your map. You also have your high and low beam, turn signal, horn, everything for your bike to be street legal. And after you start the bike, the fuel light briefly comes on, as you can see here. My GoPro ends up dying here. I do replace the battery after I turn the bike back in. Overall, the 250 took a lot out of me. Felt pretty similar to a platform of the 125. Next up, I've got the 430 RRS, the street legal version. One thing to mention about these bigger 4-strokes is weight isn't even a worry with these bikes. Even these street legal models, they feel no different than the race models and super lightweight, nimble.
I do like this 430 though so far. Pretty tame. Handles the rocks really well.
I realize I haven't talked about the course yet or even said where I'm at. If you're curious, I'm in California, Missouri. The course is really cool, and as you can tell, it's getting really rough towards the end of the day here. There was probably 10 other people at the event that day. The loop around the course took maybe 10-15 minutes. I wish there was a section to actually open up the bikes a little bit. But I will never complain at some tight technical trails. Those are my favorite anytime I'm in the woods.
The suspension on this one's dialed in too. Some of those other bikes just bounce all over. Bike still is a little bit squirrely though.
Prepare yourself. I broke it and now I gotta buy it.
I didn't drop it, it was already like that.
As long as there's no significant damage, it's not a big deal.
Didn't want to drop the bike too hard. That was second gear.
So then I decide I want to try the hill in second gear. It did not work. Overall, the 430 felt pretty planted, likes to rev out. I didn't mind this bike at all. Next up, we've got a trials bike. I was tempted to leave this out of the video, but here you go. Never rode a trials bike in my life. And right off the bat, the kicker's on the left side. I had no idea what I was doing. Trying out my trials maneuvers here. I'm trying to balance, that's all. I try some wheelies. I believe if I put more time in on this thing, I would really like it. I could have taken it on the course if I wanted to, but at the time it didn't sound like a good idea. We're now gonna hop on to the 200 RR.
Excited to try this one.
The 200 feels really good right off the bat. It's definitely got the tractor power.
That felt good. Front wheel's coming up. And the front brakes, touchy. This thing's just so quiet at idle. This thing just lugs, no clutch. Just lugging without a clutch. Okay, there we go. Started spinning on me.
It's got the punch and peppiness whenever you want it. It did, however, spin out quite a bit. Overall, the 200 checked every box for me, but it's a close call between the 200 and the 300. This is kinda the last bike of the day. This is the XTrainer 300. So the XTrainer is for those newer or shorter riders.
Thanks. Right off the bat, the exhaust is right in my boot. My knees are right in the holes of the shrouds.
Let me explain what makes the XTrainer different from the regular 300.
I'm 5'11", or 6 foot. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little big for this bike.
So the XTrainer is 15% smaller than a normal 300.
That 300 motor gets down low and up high. The brake pedal is way up there. I am not used to that.
So to put this into perspective for you, the front axle to the rear axle is 15% smaller. This bike isn't exactly for me. But I think this bike is really unique just because of who it is for. If you're a short rider or a new rider, you'd probably feel really comfortable on this bike. I did notice a little bit more vibration in this bike for whatever reason. It was mostly a vibration in the foot pegs. Overall, this is a really cool bike, but I don't fit the bill for it. Right here, I see that all the bikes are lined up, but I really wanted to ride the 350 again. I had no idea what time it was. I'm riding to the tent over here, really confused as to why it's down. And do I just duck under? Do I go around?
This is supposed to be that we can't go back.
So instead, I decided to ride in the field. I pretty quickly got flagged to come back over, park it.
Huge thank you to Beta
For letting us demo some bikes, the snacks, the drinks, super cool experience.
My favorite bike's probably the 350 4-stroke. Favorite 2-stroke's probably the 300. It's close between the 200 and 300, but probably the 300.
Yo, so this is something that I thought would be pretty cool to just throw in at the end of the video. Right here, this is all the 2021 models from Beta. As you can see, there's a wide variety of a little bit of everything that you can pick from, even trials bikes. But what is even cooler is you can go over here to build your own Beta, select your bike, custom build, start your build. Check this out. You can pick everything you want your new bike to come with. From tires, if you want that fancy Voyager, you can add it on, as well as your triples, handlebars, anything you can dream of, it's in here. And what is even cooler than all this is you can finance directly online from this website and have this bike show up at your door. If you want an FMF, put that bad boy on there. I think this is a big step for Beta because this is such a cool program that they do. Literally have your bike set up to the way you want it. Again, huge thank you to Beta. Huge thank you to you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.